Is it really alright for me to take in Kazuna, considering how things are going for me at the moment? Of course it is. To be perfectly honest, I have my doubts. They mostly revolve around myself and all these cases I'm wrapped up in. There are too many loose ends I have left unresolved. A guy like me, who chases death and brings misfortune to others, shouldn't aspire to live a normal sort of life. A normal life is something that's out of my reach. It's something I should admire from afar. That's something I know all too well. However, Kazuna's standing here before me, right here, right now. Let's see, I reply with a smile. I suppose it could be a good thing.
Shugo-san.
I'm opposed to pulling Kazuna into this dark, violent world that I live in. However, my feelings for her overpower whatever resistance I have left. I believe that I can find salvation by being with her. As we sit there in silence, Toji stares us both down.
When did this happen between you two?
It kinda started when we went to sushi a few days ago. Kazuna stares downward, her face beet red.
I see.
Toji's expression hardens.
Are you against this, Toji-san? Am I not good enough for Shugo-san, or...?
No, it's not that. It's not that at all. You've done no wrong, Kazuna.
Toji quickly denies it.
Anyway, both of you are my friends. I've no reason to oppose this.
She quickly rises to her feet.
It looks like I'm the third wheel here, if you'll excuse me.
Toji-san?
I'm glad it all worked out for you, Kazuna.
Toji leaves the room after flashing a smile. It's just Kazuna and me now, alone in our room. What the heck's up with Toji? Why'd she leave all of a sudden?
Maybe Toji-san also...
Kazuna begins to murmur softly. Huh? Toji what?
Nothing. Nothing at all. It's got nothing to do with you, yeah.
Really? Kazuna frantically bobs her head back and forth in denial. I suppose I won't pursue this topic any further.
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
Downtown, evening.
I'm sorry.
Kazuna has her shoulders slumped over in despair as she walks alongside me. Everybody's like that after their first time. I don't really mind, really.
But I'm just so shameful. You think so too, right? Be honest with me here. What did you think?
For some reason, she's getting all up in my face. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't think it was possible to be that horrible. I think back to the spectacle that occurred a short while ago. Our stomachs had started growling after we'd finished chatting. Since I bought a ton of ingredients in the afternoon, I asked Kazuna to make something to eat.
I've never actually cooked before. I bet. No. I'm sure this is going to turn out to be a huge failure. Is it really alright for me to be doing this?
Kazuna sure is confident about the strangest things. Just do as you see fit. It's just cooking. You can't possibly screw it up that horribly. I flash her a beaming smile. I had no idea at the time what kind of abomination those words would give rise to. Kazuna's cooking skills were disastrous, just as she had warned me. She nearly set the place on fire just trying to light a fire under the kettle to cook rice. The daikon she was trying to slice slipped right out of her fingers. I stopped her just as she was about to peel a squash with a knife. That just seemed too dangerous to let her go on. Hell, she was practically in tears at that point. Well, you'll get better at it one of these days. You've never cooked at home before, right? Don't worry about it. I might as well try cheering her up a bit, since she seems rather glum.
Do you really believe that, Shugo-san?
Yeah, I guess.
You don't sound very sincere.
She shoots me a cold glare for some reason. Alrighty, let's go eat some soba tonight. You have my permission to order some with tempura on top.
Tempura?
How's that for a show of sincerity on my part, eh?
Great! You're the best, Shugo-san!
I talked her out of it so easily just by mentioning food. But man, you really are poor, aren't you?
Huh? Did you just say something?
Nah, nothing.
Huh? Whatever, let's go in! It's been a year and a half since I've eaten tempura.
Kazuna pulls me inside the restaurant, her melancholy from earlier completely gone.
Phew!
Kazuna breathes a sigh of satisfaction and plops herself down on the floor after we get home. Come on, don't lounge around over there. I won't be able to lay out the futon. I pull the futon out from the closet, then give Kazuna a poke in the backside.
What are you doing?
Stop yammering and help me out. We've got work to do tomorrow. It's high time we went to bed.
Aww.
She reluctantly gets to her feet.
Huh? Shugo-san, this isn't good!
What seems to be the problem?
There's only one futon here. Where on earth am I supposed to sleep?
Weren't we gonna sleep together?
What did you say?
Quit jawing and help me out here. Come on, grab that side.
Oh, okay. Sorry about... hey, Shugo-san!
What is it now?
So you mean we're gonna... you know...
Yeah, probably.
Is it my fault for expecting some kind of proper mood or atmosphere from you, Shugo-san?
Well, I am rather inept after all.
You think I'll let this slide just because you say you're inept?
Be quiet. I pull her onto the futon. I want you. I want to make love to you. Now are you satisfied?
Oh.
After a few moments of hesitation,
Please turn off the lights.
she whispers softly.
Shugo-san,
Hmm?
you did this with my sister before, right?
Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, we did. Does it bother you?
Oh, no, it's not that, but... it's just that,
That...
well, when we find my sister, what if you had to choose between me and her? Which one of us would it be, Shugo-san?
That's a...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Gosh, I asked you something really unpleasant, didn't I? I'm sorry, Shugo-san. You don't have to answer that.
I choose you, Kazuna.
Huh?
I owe Yura for how I've hurt her in the past. I've always wanted to apologize to her. But that's where it ends. That's really where it ends.
Shugo-san.
You're the most important person in my life right now. So Kazuna,
Yes?
let's get to sleep. We've gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Okay.
The next morning... Rattle, rattle.
this anymore!
Rattle, rattle, rattle. I can hear something rattling from near the kitchen. Curious, I open my eyes. Huh? When I push myself up, the chilly morning air flows into the futon.
Oh, good morning, Shugo-san.
Yeah. My brain doesn't function well right after I get up, so I end up giving Kazuna a half-hearted reply.
Shugo-san? You need to put on some clothes. It's kind of awkward because you're naked and all.
Huh? Oh, right. I gone to sleep completely naked after having sex with Kazuna. No wonder it was so cold.
Oh, enough with that! I left a change of clothes by your pillow.
Okay, thanks.
Such a big
Kazuna
baby.
returns to whatever she was doing earlier, grumbling something about how I'm such a baby. She's rattling around the metal fittings on the kerosene heater.
I can't do this.
You haven't turned that thing on yet? It's so cold, I feel like I'm gonna freeze to death here. Kazuna turns around to address my complaint.
Ah! Why the heck are you still naked?
I kinda wanted to enjoy the warmth of the futon a bit more.
What are you talking about? You're seriously gonna catch a cold this way!
It won't be a problem if you turn on the heater. Hurry up and get on that.
Of course it's a problem. Stop being selfish and put on your clothes already.
No, you turn on the heater first.
No, you put on your clothes first.
We stare each other down over the stove. Oh well, I give up. I feel like joking around with her a bit longer, but since I really will catch a cold if I stand around like this, I might as well put on my clothes. Something seems off about the city today. I've been seeing men wearing Senri's hooded overcoat in greater numbers around town. They whisper to each other and then scatter off in different directions. It looks like they're panicking about something.
Something doesn't feel right today.
Yeah. Kazuna anxiously slides closer to me. It's probably best if you went home, Kazuna. She kept insisting to be brought along to Senri headquarters. Outlasted by her stubborn persistence, I ended up bringing her with me, but they're a pack of crazy cultists. There's no point coming just for fun. It might end in disaster.
I'm not going to have fun. If my sister really has connections to this cult, then
Kazuna stubbornly refuses to give in. Sheesh. I sigh and grab Kazuna's arm. On one condition, don't wander away from me. Got it?
Okay.
It looks like today's strangeness has even found its way to Senri headquarters. Entry forbidden? A cultist stops us at the entrance. But I came here to see if I could get the leader to recognize me as one of the faithful. This girl was also impressed by the words of the leader, and she wants to become a member of the church too. I give Kazuna a gentle nudge, pushing her in front of me.
Yeah, I'm honored to.
Enough! Off with you two!
The man rudely interrupts Kazuna.
None of the people from our main office are in today. There's nobody here to deal with laity like yourselves.
They're out? Has something happened within the church?
It's nothing for people like yourselves to be concerned over. Get out of here. Come back another day for your religious training.
Thus, Kazuna and I are promptly booted out of Senri headquarters. The snow gets heavier in the afternoon. The shadowy forms of Senri followers move around stealthily with the gray backdrop of falling snow. I hear them whispering to each other as we push through the crowd in front of the station.
Have we found her yet?
No, not yet.
Who are they looking for? I've heard tales of many people who fled because the indoctrination for Senri was too harsh. It might very well be the reason their members are in a panic at the moment.
What should we do now?
Let's see. It's probably best if we wait for this trouble to die down before continuing our investigation into Senri. Using this opportunity to infiltrate Senri headquarters crosses my mind, but I want to refrain from doing anything reckless while it's still light out. Guess we've got no choice but to head back for now. To get back to our new place in Aoimachi, I lead Kazuna through some back streets that I normally don't pass through. We just happen to walk into this alley by sheer coincidence. The entire alleyway is filled with the sour stench of rotting garbage. There's a slight dusting of snow coming down between the buildings.
Shugo-san, is this really a shortcut?
Don't worry, as long as I have my bearings, we shouldn't be in any trouble.
But the alley's getting narrower.
She looks around anxiously. After walking a short while, we get closer to our destination. All I need to do now is figure out which way to go. You can save a lot of time doing this. It's better than taking the main roads. My sense of direction is pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Running around everywhere during my time as a cop honed it quite well. However... Huh?
Shugo-san?
We're practically home, but as we turn the corner, I catch sight of something. It makes me gasp. Sitting there in the alley is one of the leaders of Senri, Shigasa Tokiko. You're... As I stand there staring at her in shock.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Kazuna worriedly addresses the woman seated on the ground. She lifts her face up. Her movements are sluggish. Tokiko's eyes lack focus, and the skin on her face is so pallid it's practically transparent. But then...
It's you.
She opens her eyes and looks up into Kazuna's face. Her bloodless lips move the tiniest fraction.
Huh? What did you just say?
At that moment, she crumples listlessly onto the snow. Hey, what's wrong? I rush over to her and prop up Tokiko's slender body. That's when I feel a strange sensation. Huh? My right hand, which I'm using to support her, feels wet. Oh shit, this is blood. My hand is practically soaked with her blood. Kazuna, don't just stand there, give me a hand, she's hurt! But Kazuna doesn't reply. She just stands there with a blank look on her face.
Just now, she called me.
What?
Yura-sama.
Okay, this should do it. I nod to myself in satisfaction as I finish winding the bandages tightly around her bare back. Tokiko grimaces slightly before pulling her clothes back into place. She leans back against the wall and breathes a deep sigh. The color is gradually returning to her face. She's probably relieved to be in such a warm room. So, how long do you plan on keeping silent? Not only am I going out of my way to hide you in here, but I treated your wounds as well. Don't you think it's fair to at least tell me why they're chasing after you? And why did you call Kazuna Yura-sama when you saw her? However, she continues giving me the silent treatment. Oh, for the love of...
Shugo-san, cut it out! Tokiko-san's injured, you know!
Kazuna suddenly interrupts me. Well, you know... I give Kazuna's sleeve a tug and tow her into a corner of the room. I'm just trying to get what information I can out of her, I say in a whisper.
Well, do it later then. What's important is that she heals up first. Just be quiet and let her rest.
Didn't you see her wounds, though? Normally, a person would die from those sort of stab wounds. She's damn lucky.
What are you trying to say?
That just tells us how dangerous the people chasing after her are. We've already got ourselves dragged into this mess. Isn't it natural to want information so I can protect us?
Well, that's a completely different matter. You're not allowed to make unreasonable demands of an injured person.
Oh, come on, Kazuna. How easygoing can she possibly be?
Just shut up and watch, Shugo-san.
She points her finger at me, then returns to Tokiko's side.
You don't have to listen to anything that meanie over there says, okay? Come on, lie down now. You've got to get some rest for now.
Okay.
A slight twinge of emotion slips onto Shigasa Tokiko's formerly blank face. It might have something to do with why she called her Yura. She stares at Kazuna with a complicated expression on her face. And finally, she's asleep. After a short while, her panting turns into rhythmic breathing you'd expect from someone who's fallen asleep. Kazuna continues to watch over Tokiko, her face a mask of concern. Sheesh. Why on earth have things turned out this way? After she had collapsed in the alley, not only is her shoulder injured, but she's pretty emaciated as well. I was shocked by how light she was after supporting her upright. She was practically an empty shell. Tokiko's face was pale. There were large droplets of sweat running down her brow. Her eyes were shut, and she was taking short, shallow breaths.
Shugo-san, I'll go get a doctor.
Yeah, good idea. Our first priority is getting her checked out by a medical professional.
Roger.
What? Wait!
Huh? She opened her eyes halfway and tugged on my sleeve.
I can't be seen by people.
I exchange a look with Kazuna. Are you being chased by Senri? An image of the Senri cultist we spotted this afternoon appeared in my head. She remained silent.
Shugo-san?
Kazuna looked at me as though she had more to say. Even though we were in an alley with no other people, the main roads were just a stone's throw away. There was a good chance she'd be spotted by the Senri members if she lingered there any longer. Guess we've got no choice. I threw my arm around her shoulders and got her to her feet. Let's head back to our place for now. If we keep going through these back streets, nobody should see us.
Phew, it's a good thing Tokiko-san's wound wasn't that big of a deal, huh?
Yeah, otherwise it would have been out of my league.
Right.
Tokiko kept refusing to see a doctor even after we brought her back to our room. Obviously, Kazuna had absolutely no medical training. That meant that I was the only one who could do anything to help her. Fortunately, they didn't hit any of her vitals, and though she lost a lot of blood, the wound wasn't as deep as I expected it to be. Well, me treating her was all possible thanks to the basic first aid training that was pounded into our brains during my time as a cop. What worries me is how weak she is right now. I noticed a purple bruise on the inside of Tokiko's left elbow while I was treating her. Perhaps blood congestion would be more accurate, and add to that her thin, emaciated body. Could she possibly have been doing?
Huh? Did you say something, Shugo-san?
Nah, nothing. I push aside the doubts welling up inside my chest. Tokiko's sleeping quietly at the moment. Her current condition is stable. Hopefully, she'll stay that way. However, we'd better at least prepare ourselves for the worst-case scenario here.
Huh? Prepare? What do you mean?
Kazuna cocks her head at me quizzically. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Kazuna, but it looks like I won't be able to sleep with you tonight.
What?
There's something bothering me. I think I'm gonna stay up all night and look after that girl. I know you're burning up for me and you'll be lonely, but you'll just have to hold back for now.
What are you talking about? I'm not gonna be lonely. And what's this burning you're talking about?
You dummy, keep it down. You're too loud.
Oh, sorry.
She looks over at the sleeping Tokiko and quickly lowers her voice.
But that means you're really going to stay up all night, Shugo-san?
It's no big deal. I'm used to pulling all-nighters due to my work anyhow.
But...
Kazuna ponders things for a bit.
Okay, I've got it. Let's work in shifts.
She declares. Huh, what?
You're just caring for Tokiko-san, right? I want to help too.
Well, yeah, but the truth is I'm actually guarding her.
Besides, what are you gonna do if you doze off halfway? You're not exactly young anymore. There's no need to push yourself like that, right?
Ugh. Damn it, bringing up my age was a low blow.
Okay, we're all agreed, right? Let's give it our best, Shugo-san.
That's both disheartening and reassuring at the same time. I nod my agreement, a frown creasing my brow.
Let's Dub Project.